Well, first of all, I'd like to give Boston College credit for competing as hard as they did. They put together a really good game plan against us today. They swung the bats well, thought they battled and competed in 2 strike counts. And, Morissette was unbelievable for them today, 2-hole hitter, swung the bat exceptionally well. But they've got good balance in their lineup. And Pelio, I've been saying it since we saw him earlier in the year. Pelio is one of the best starters in our league, and he's only a freshman. He's only going to get better and better. And when we had runners on base against him, it's almost like he pitches better. And it was the same way when we played him earlier in the year. We were fortunate enough to find a way to tie the ball game up in the 8th. Michael Green came up with a huge hit to put together a big inning for us and tie the ball game. And I thought our bullpen did a nice job. I thought Sam Weatherly was very good for us. Hennessy came in, got a couple big strikeouts for us. Owen unfortunately just left a 1 pitch up and gave up the home run. And I thought Spires did a great job. I feel bad for Chad Ferry, the ground ball, that jumped up, took a big hop, just took a tough hop on him. That's what gave him the lead. But that's baseball. That's part of the game. Thing that killed us today is, again, just the long balls. I don't know how many we gave up. I think it was 4, if I'm not mistaken. But you got to give Boston College credit there. They swung the bats well against us today. Thought our guys competed as hard as they could, but just wasn't enough. Game went extra innings, and we had the last at bat. Was hoping we could find a way to put together some good at bats there at the end. But their guy Joey Walsh threw the ball really well for them in long relief and held us at bay.
We'll take questions, and we have questions for the players first. Thank you.
Logan, when y'all guys rallied there in the 8th inning, do you think, okay, this is ours, we're going to get this?
Oh, for sure, definitely. Especially Mike Green came with that big hit. The momentum shifted to our dugout. We tied it up. We didn't go ahead, but we thought the momentum going into the next inning. That was our game. We just didn't really close out on it.
Michael, you talk about that inning. You had played a big role in it, obviously.
I got up there. Obviously, Roddy was throwing. They brought in a left-hander and talked to Coach Lee right before that bat and just told me to stay through the ball, work middle, and luckily he gave me a good pitch and I was able to take a good swing on it.
Logan, you guys need a win Thursday. What do you do to rebound and make sure you get the much-needed win?
I think just keep taking the mindset we had going into today's game. I thought we did a good job of preparation just coming up to this game. We did a good job of competing in this game. At the end of the day, you got to give credit to them. They swung the bat well, they pitched well. They did everything where they needed to do it. So we're just going to take the same approach in the next game. Just keep competing.
We can open up for Coach too.
I'll go one with Logan. Do you think it's a must-win now on Thursday to get in? Do y'all worry about that?
I don't think that's the mindset we're taking into it. We're taking every game the same anyway. Like we want to win every game, no matter if it's a must-win or not. Like that's the way it is. So we're just going to take the same approach to the game that we have been taking. Just play our best baseball.
Coach, for you on that, how do you look at Thursdays and a must-win?
Well, again, it's kind of like what Logan said. I think that Thursday's game is the next game on our schedule, and it's a big one. And where we're sitting right now, I think we all know it's a big one. Today's game was a big one. Right now, they're all big. We went into last week and we talked to the team about the last 4 games that we had with Coastal Carolina and Wake Forest. That every one of them was, basically a postseason caliber type ball game for us. We needed to put together a good game plan and try to play our best baseball. But these guys are competing as hard as they can. I can't ask for anything more out of them. We emptied the tank today. We tried to use a number of guys out of the bullpen. I thought we swung the bats well. We hit some balls hard. They got caught. But bottom line, we needed to be a little better earlier in the game. We had some runners on base earlier in the game and unable to come up with a big hit against Pelio. Pelio's pretty dang good. So I don't think our guys need to try to do anything differently. As far as the magnitude of a game, well, they're all big at Clemson. They're all big every year. There's no game that's bigger than another one. They're all big. And I think our guys know that. They know right now, what's at stake and what we're trying to fight for. And today, we got behind. We found a way to tie it up, win extra innings, and Bottom line is, they came up with a couple big at-bats. We didn't make a play that we would have liked to have made, but I don't think there's anything that we could have done differently defensively there. It just happened. It's baseball. Things just didn't go our way, and we got to be ready to go on Thursday. We got the day off tomorrow, get a good practice in, and hopefully we can get our spirits back in order. I know this is a tough loss for our guys. It's going to be a tough ride back to the hotel, but we'll talk to the guys about trying to keep your spirits up and moving on from it and just being ready to play on Thursday.
Monty, in your mind, Monty, was it a gamble at all to bypass your rotation guys and pitch Travis's first start of the year, considering where you are, NCAA tournament and RPS? Right?
Do you think it's a gamble to pitch a player on short rest that's had surgery? So if you think that's a gamble, then I'm not willing to take that gamble. And Matt Clark has already had surgery on his elbow, and he needs as much rest and recovery in between his starts as possible. So to me, that's never a gamble. I'm not going to put a player's health in jeopardy by running him out there on 4 days rest. So that's the way we looked at it. Just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do to Matt. So and that doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing to do. There's some guys that recover well and can pitch on 3 or 4 days rest. That's an individual thing. You got to know your pitching staff, and there's got to be a lot of communication when you're talking about those types of things. But in this case with Matt Clark, it really wasn't an option for us.
You're on the right.
Coach, having used 8 pitchers today, how will that affect your game plan for Louisville? And also, how will the results of the Boston College Louisville game tomorrow affect your game plan as well?
Well, our game plan was to win today, and we don't really look ahead. And I learned that a long time ago. I think when you start looking ahead to the next game and you start thinking about your bullpen based on situations like that, when you're in a position to win a game, I think it's really tough to do that. So, for us, we put ourselves in a position to win the game. We tied the game up in the 8th. We had a plan after Mar as far as kind of what we wanted to do and who we wanted to use, and we were going to empty the tank and try to win today, and we would figure out Thursday when we got there. We do have Clark obviously available for Thursday. We have Hennessy available. Holt will be available. Owen will be available. So we have a number of options. I think it's critical for us against Louisville. We need to be able to get deeper into the ball game, with our starter. I don't think there's any question there, so we don't have to go to the pen as early as we had to today.
Anyone else?
Coach, is it kind of crazy to think after the way you guys started the season that you are sitting here, maybe needing to win a game, and then also for you guys are kind of used to already being in the tournament, not having to worry about it. How do you coach that different? It's the first time for you.
Well, it's certainly a learning experience for all of us. It's a learning experience for me as well as a coach. I mean, I really try not to share that a whole lot with the players. I think it's my responsibility to try to put them in a position to be successful and try to be as positive as I can as we're going through tough games and tough losses. And we've certainly went through quite a few of them here in the second half of the year. It's tough. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. When you're dealing with what we've dealt with at times, here in the second half of this season. But I got a responsibility to my players to try to put them in a position to be successful, to keep their heads up and just keep trying to fight and compete as hard as they can. And that's really all that I can try to do. I'm pretty accountable. I feel like there's been some games here that maybe if I'd done something differently, maybe we would have the outcome would have been different. I think you second guess and question everything when you're going through tough times, but I kind of second guess and question everything when we're going good too. So I mean, that's just part of being a coach. It's always my fault. It's never their fault. I think that's the way that I approach it all the time. It's my job to try to find the answers and help them and take the pressure off of them. So it's certainly been a learning experience. Haven't went through this in quite a while, but I have went through it before. But bottom line is I still think our team's in good position. But we got to find a way to get ready to play the next game, and that's really what our focus has got to be right now.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.